Hey guys, Felix from Dog Train Beyond. Today, for tip of the day, I wanted to go over food reward. If you have been following the last couple days, yesterday, I was covering about reward. Different type of rewards that I had discussed was food, toy, or physical verbal praise. Those are the basic three. Of course, there's the side stuff like I had mentioned about if the dog wants to go outside, that could be used as a reward. But today, I want to discuss food. Food is a great way to train your dog. It could build up drive, make them more motivated, or bring them down as far as drive. Now, there are a couple different ways you could go about using food as a reward. You could use the dog's food, or you could use treats as the reward. If you have them on the raw diet, some people use treats as the reward. If you have them on a dry diet, you can use that as the reward. So they're working for their food. If they want to eat, they have to work. Just like us. If we want to eat, we want to have apartment, a house, car, go out to restaurants, we have to work to make the money, right? So the dog's the same way. If the dog wants to eat, they have to work for us. No free meals. Actually, that's a quote from Duke Ferguson, great trainer. I learned great things from him. So to move on, the most basic stuff is you have to make sure whatever you use for a reward, it's not something too big that's going to take them 5 minutes to eat. Okay? So we want something that's going to give them that reward and they could go back to work. Now I just want to show you, I had some kibble here. You want something just like kibble, alright? If you can see, very, very small, okay? The dry food kibble will be perfect for reward, okay? You could give one piece, or you could give a few pieces as a jackpot. Now, jackpot is basically, is a term used that means that they did something really awesome, something they may not have done ever before. Maybe you have a dog that does not come when called, and you finally got them to come, and guess what? You jackpot them. Or you're doing some kind of sport, and you're getting some kind of behavior, such as focusing up at you, where you walk or heel. You might want to jackpot them, especially if you want like 20 feet, okay? And there's also terms that whether jackpot is as valuable as just one piece of food. Everyone has their own thoughts. I do both, alright? So I use one piece and then sometimes I'll throw in a couple pieces if they do really well. If not, sometimes if I am using a food and I have a cup and a half and I really don't want to do, a cup and a half could be like a ton of pieces. Maybe I'll just use a handful. I'll tell them to place, I'll tell them to come to me, and I'll just do a handful like this. And I feed them like this. Okay? What I want to discuss at the end is how to give the dog the reward from your hand. I'm going to discuss that at the end. Okay? So, use the food as a reward. Another thing is, you could buy Zooks. These are awesome, natural treats. They're a decent price. You can get them on Amazon or a couple other places. Sorry, a little fly. And once again, you see they're very, very small. Very easy. Just give them the treat. They get something good. They got reward. Move on. You could do a lot of reps with small treats like this. If you have a big reward, it's going to take forever, and they're going to have to chew on it for like a minute or two, and you're not going to get as many reps as you want. So, Zooks are awesome. This is one of the treats I recommend. I've been recommending them for a long time. A lot of my videos I put out, I recommend that. Another treat, let's say you want to work them, do a couple of things. natural balance potato duck I use, okay? Hey there, Caroline. Alright, so this, depending on the dog, could be too big. Alright, even this is a small one. This is small breed, okay? This is a small cookie, small breed. Now, let's say you want to use a couple of these. I would just break them up in half, and you got something a little bit more of a better size. Once again, if you have it too big, if you have a small dog, and you give this whole cookie, they're going to chew on it for like a minute. So you want something very, very quick. Give them the reward and go back to work. That way you can get a lot of reps, a lot of repetitions. Remember, practice makes perfect. Okay? So, the last treat I want to mention is something I just got on. So let's say you don't want to give them any of that, you find this. This is awesome. Happy Howies is all natural. It's as you see, it's a roll up. So you could get a lot of reward out of this, a lot of reps. So all you do is you chop it up. As you see, I chopped up, and you just make it small bite-sized pieces. Now, what's good about this is sometimes the other pieces are a little harder. So this one, they could actually sort of chew out your hand. So if you're luring them, they could actually chew a little bit into it, and that's going to make them want to work for it more and dig into your hand. So these are really great. So you chop them up into little pieces, and that way you could really, really get a lot of reps out of that. Okay? So Happy Howies is a new thing. It's all natural. You just chop them up, put them in a Ziploc bag, and you're set for training. Now, the only thing is, because this doesn't have any preservatives, I would recommend using this as soon as possible. So don't keep this for like a month. Alright? Now, since I mentioned food as the dry food, Zooks, Happy Howies, and Natural Balance cookies, okay? Those are what I recommend. Now, how do you give it to your dog? Alright, I'm going to use a little piece over here, Happy Howies. A lot of people feed their dog like this, okay? Now, this could be okay, but if you have a buyer, a dog that likes to use the teeth, this is going to suck, okay? What I recommend is put it in your palm, and then you say, yes, release them for the reward, they eat right out of your hand. You will not get bit if they're a hard biter. Another thing you could do is just tuck your thumb right into it, and it won't fall out. You see, it won't fall out, and they could dig into it. And that's how you can lure them. If you want to teach them to do some kind of task, it's a very common thing when you're doing healing work, in which you have the dog's head up high, and they're looking at you. You lure them like this, a little bit more to the side, and they're digging into the food to try to get to it. And then all you have to do is, when you want them to say yes, drop it right there. And that's it, all right? So I had some people I was working with, and the dog really, really nibbles on them. And they were feeding the dog like this, and it really sucked. To a point that they released the food too early, and it was actually screwing up the dog's training. So the timing of the training, I should say. So I told them to put it in their palm, put the thumb over, and just move the thumb, and then the dog eats the food. Okay? And like I said, even if you do this way, it just drops right into the dog. Okay? So, a couple of tips for today. Follow us, share, give me some likes. I'll be coming back to you tomorrow with some more tips. If you have any questions, let me know. This is Felix from Dog Train Beyond. Talk to you guys soon.